So a few years ago, I asked my Pleiadian spirit guide, who was a guy who is in stasis with me back at home, how our UFOs or spacecraft operate. Like, do they, what do they do to the gravity exactly to make them, float, right? So I was always under the impression that UFOs, did something to repulse gravity away from it. But he basically showed me that, at least with Pleiadian spacecraft, the craft are actually using and utilizing a extra dimension of space-time to essentially ride it like a wave. Like, if you were to picture the shape of a wave that a surfer would ride, here on Earth, that's essentially the shape of the 4D space-time curve that these craft will actually surf upon. So it actually exerts some sort of energy to manipulate space-time, creates this sort of rift, and it continues with infinite propulsion in any direction it wants with basically zero consequence. Now, the interesting thing about the fourth dimension is that from my own personal experiences and my own memories of home, we appear to have physicality in the fourth dimension, us Pleiadians. And you could do a lot with that. I also want to talk about as well, what the fourth dimension looks like. So with other dimensions, they don't look that much different really at all from the third dimension here on Earth. In fact, they look the exact same. You could argue that maybe you feel a little different in the higher dimensions, but it looks the exact same. You're not seeing a bunch of crazy stuff all around the place. What living and having physicality in higher dimensions actually means is it means that with technology you could actually manipulate extra degrees of space-time. So here in the third dimension, there's no anti-gravity, there's no portals, but in the fourth dimension where I come from, we actually can connect two different points in space to each other and basically just make a portal and walk through it. And also, that's with our physical bodies as well. So this isn't like something on the astral. This is actual technology that we use, and we could actually move from point A to point B, even on a different planet, using that technology. And it also means that you could actually exert energy to sort of manipulate a extra dimension of space-time to then do the same propulsion thing that I just talked about. So there's that.